The huge alien ship hung in the sky above New York. It was smooth and silver, shaped like a leaf and 10 times bigger than the largest human ship. People on the ground pointed up and took pictures. Some were scared. Others were excited. "This is Admiral Trell of the Galactic Council," came a voice from the ship. It spoke perfect English. "We come in peace and wish to meet your leaders." Within hours, the world's top people met in the United Nations building. Ambassador Jack Wilson was chosen to speak for Earth. He was tall with gray hair and a calm voice that made people trust him. "We welcome you to Earth," Wilson said, standing before the aliens. Admiral Trell was blue-skinned with 4 arms and eyes that shined like gold coins. Behind him stood other aliens of different shapes and colors. "Your world has finally achieved enough technology to join our community," Admiral Trell said. His voice sounded friendly, but his eyes looked down at the humans as if they were children. "We have been watching your progress for some time." The aliens brought gifts: medicine that could cure many diseases, engines that used less fuel, and computers faster than anything on Earth. But they didn't bring their best things. "These should help your civilization advance," Trell said. "In time, you may earn access to more of our technology." Dr. Nix, a small green alien with large eyes, walked around the room scanning everything with a device on his wrist. "Fascinating," he said. "They developed digital technology without passing through the crystal phase. Quite unusual, if inefficient." Wilson felt his face grow hot. The aliens talked about humans as if they weren't in the room. Later that day, the aliens showed charts and maps of the galaxy. Earth was marked as a Category 3 world, allowed to trade with other worlds, but not given a vote in the Galactic Council. "What must we do to reach Category 2? Wilson asked. Admiral Trell made a sound like quiet laughter. "Your species is very young. Perhaps in 200 or 300 years, you might advance enough." For 3 days, the aliens met with Earth's leaders. They signed agreements and set up rules for trade and travel. Humans could visit only certain planets. Aliens would control what technology came to Earth. "This isn't fair," Wilson told his team in private. "They treat us like we're stupid." "We must be patient," said General Lee. "We learn what we can from them until we can stand as equals." On the 4th day, Dr. Nix asked for permission to study Earth's history. "I am an expert in developing civilizations," he explained. "Your journey from caves to spaceflight is worth documenting." The aliens set up equipment around the world to scan for signs of Earth's past. In Brazil, his machines found something strange. In Egypt, they found more. Under the Pacific Ocean, the readings were strongest of all. "Admiral," Dr. Nix called on his communicator, his voice excited and worried at the same time. "I'm detecting energy patterns that don't match human technology. They're coming from deep underground and under the oceans." "Natural phenomena," the Admiral replied. "This planet has unusual geological activity." Dr. Nix looked at his readings again. "No, sir. These are artificial patterns. And they're old, far older than human civilization." "Continue your research," Admiral Trell ordered, "but keep your findings quiet for now." Dr. Nix nodded but couldn't hide his excitement. Something was hidden on Earth, something the humans didn't know about, something that might change everything the Galactic Council thought they knew about this primitive world. As the alien ships hung in Earth's sky, secrets buried for thousands of years began to wake up, sending silent signals through the ground beneath the feet of both humans and their new alien visitors. Dr. Nix couldn't sleep. The readings from his scans kept him awake. Something big was hidden on Earth, and he needed to find out what it was. "I need human help," he decided. The next morning, he met with Dr. Anna Reed, a human ocean scientist with bright eyes and a quick mind. "You found energy signals under the Atlantic?" she asked, looking at his data. "That's impossible. We've mapped the ocean floor for years." "Your instruments are too simple," Dr. Nix said. "My scans show something 3 miles below the ocean floor. Will you help me look?" 1 week later, Dr. Reed and Dr. Nix sat in a small submarine heading toward the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. 2 other humans and 1 more alien were with them. "The signal is stronger now," Nix said, watching his screen. "Right below us." Dr. Reed frowned. "But there's solid rock there. We can't dig through miles of earth." Dr. Nix smiled, showing tiny pointed teeth. "We don't need to dig." He pressed buttons on a device, and the submarine was covered in blue light. "Hold on." The submarine began to sink through solid rock. The humans gasped as they passed through the ocean floor like it was water. "Phase shift technology," Dr. Nix explained. "The rock passes through the spaces between our atoms." For 20 minutes, they moved down through darkness. Then the submarine stopped in a large empty space deep underground. "A cave?" asked Tom, one of the human scientists. "No," Dr. Nix whispered. "Look." Their lights showed a huge metal door in the rock wall. It was smooth and gray with strange marks carved into it. The door was at least 50 feet tall. "What language is that?" Dr. Reed asked, touching the strange symbols. "None I've ever seen," Dr. Nix admitted. He scanned the door. "This metal. It's not on our list of known elements. And it's old, very old." Dr. Reed touched the door, and suddenly a line of light appeared around her hand. The symbols began to glow blue. "What did you do?" Dr. Nix asked, backing away. "Nothing. I just touched it." More lines of light spread across the door. A voice spoke in a language no one understood. Dr. Nix checked his translator. "It's not working. This language isn't in our database." The door began to open slowly with no sound. Beyond it was a long hallway of the same strange metal, lit by soft lights that turned on as the door opened. "Impossible," Dr. Nix whispered. "These systems are still working after how long?" Dr. Reed asked. Dr. Nix showed her his scanner. "This place is at least 150,000 years old, but human civilization is only about 10,000 years old." They walked down the hallway into a huge round room. As they entered, more lights came on, showing machines and control panels. Everything was covered in a thin layer of dust, but looked ready to use. In the center of the room, a circle on the floor began to glow. A beam of light shot up, forming the shape of a human man dressed in strange clothes. "Welcome, children of Earth," the light figure said in perfect English. "You have returned sooner than expected." "Who are you?" Dr. Reed asked. "I am a guide program, created to help you remember. This facility is one of 7 on your world, built by your ancestors." "Ancestors?" Tom asked. "You mean humans made this place?" The light figure nodded. "Humans were once the most advanced species in the galaxy. This facility holds the truth of your past and the keys to your future." Dr. Nix stood frozen. His scanner dropped to the floor. "The humans. They're the progenitors. The teacher race from our oldest stories." "Yes," said the light figure. "And now it is time for them to remember." Behind them, the door closed with a soft click. Above them, Admiral Trell's ship moved through space, unaware that everything was about to change. "There are more facilities like this?" Dr. Reed asked the light figure. "Yes. This Atlantic base is just one node in the planetary defense network. There are 6 others." The light figure waved its hand, and a 3D map of Earth appeared, with 7 points of light glowing on different continents and oceans. "Antarctica," Dr. Reed read, pointing to one light. "The Sahara Desert, the Mariana Trench, the Himalayas, the Amazon, and one in Australia." Dr. Nix moved closer to the map. "What do these places do?" "Each serves a different purpose," the light figure explained. "This Atlantic facility is the central hub and contains the historical records. Each other facility holds different technology from the old empire." Tom touched a control panel, and it lit up under his fingers. "Why does everything respond to our touch?" "DNA recognition," the light figure said. Only those with the blood of the builders can activate these systems. You are their children. Dr. Reed walked to another panel and pressed a button. A wall opened, showing a room full of strange metal suits. Battle armor, the light figure explained. Far beyond anything your current civilization or the Galactic Council possesses. Dr. Nix's eyes grew wide. He touched his wrist communicator. Admiral Trell needs to see this, he whispered. The light figure turned to him. You have contacted others. Before Dr. Nix could answer, the light figure waved its hand. Dr. Nix's communicator sparked and died. No signals can leave this facility until the awakening is complete, the light figure said. But it was too late. On his ship, Admiral Trell had received Dr. Nix's partial message. Prepare my shuttle, he ordered, and bring weapons. Back in the facility, the light figure showed them more of the map. The Sahara base contains weapons systems that could destroy stars. Antarctica holds biological science that can cure any disease or change any life form. The Mariana Trench facility has drive systems that can bend space and time. This is too much, Dr. Reed said. If our ancestors had all this power, why are we living such simple lives now? What happened to them? The light figure's face became sad. War, a terrible war against an enemy from beyond the galaxy. Your ancestors used the last of their power to hide Earth and reset human civilization. Why would they do that? Tom asked. To protect you. The enemy was drawn to advanced technology. By hiding Earth and letting humans start over, they kept you safe. Dr. Reed touched the wall, feeling the cold metal. Our own history was hidden from us. Yes, but not forever. These facilities were programmed to wake up when humans reached a certain level of technology. Your meeting with the Galactic Council has triggered the awakening ahead of schedule. Outside the facility, 3 alien shuttles landed on the ocean floor. Admiral Trell stepped out, wearing a pressure suit and carrying a weapon. Find Dr. Nix, he ordered, and secure whatever he's discovered. In the Sahara Desert, sand shifted as lights began to glow beneath the dunes. In Antarctica, ice cracked as something huge moved below. In the deepest part of the ocean, ancient machines hummed to life. On screen monitors across the Atlantic facility, Dr. Reed and the others watched as each of the 7 sites began to activate. What's happening? Tom asked. The network is waking up, the light figure said. Soon, Earth will remember what it once was. And what happens then? Dr. Reed asked. Then you must choose. Reclaim your heritage and return to the stars as teachers and guardians, or remain as you are. Dr. Nix looked at the humans with new eyes. Not as primitive creatures, but as the children of gods. The council will fear you, he said quietly. They will try to stop this. The facility shook as something hit the door. Too late, said the light figure. It has already begun. The door to the facility glowed red as Admiral Trell's team tried to cut through it. They can't get in, the light figure said. This door was made to stop weapons far stronger than theirs. But we can't stay here forever, Dr. Reed said. We need to tell the world what we found. The light figure nodded. There is another way out. Follow me. They walked deeper into the facility until they reached a round platform. Stand here, the light figure said. This transport pad can send you anywhere on Earth. Dr. Reed looked at Dr. Nix. Will you come with us or stay with your people? Dr. Nix thought for a moment. I will come with you. The truth is more important than my orders. They stepped onto the platform and vanished in a flash of blue light. A second later, they appeared in a small room hidden inside the United Nations building in New York. How did we get here? Tom asked, feeling dizzy. Teleportation, the light figure said, appearing on a screen on the wall. I have brought you to one of our emergency stations. Outside the room, they could hear people talking. Dr. Reed opened the door and found themselves near the main meeting hall, where Ambassador Wilson was speaking with other world leaders. Ambassador, Dr. Reed called out. The room went quiet as everyone turned to look at them. Dr. Reed, how did you get in here? Wilson asked. Sir, we need to talk. It's about Earth's true history. While this was happening on Earth, news was spreading through space. Admiral Trell had sent messages to the Galactic Council about what his team had found. On the Council's main planet, leaders from 50 alien worlds gathered for an emergency meeting. The humans have discovered their heritage, said a tall alien with gray skin. We always feared this day would come, said another. The progenitors were too powerful. If humans regain that power, they will rule us all. We should destroy Earth now, said a third alien, before they remember too much. One alien stood up. She was small with purple eyes and looked very old. You forget our own histories, she said. The progenitors, the ancient humans, were not cruel rulers. They were teachers and protectors. My people still tell stories of how they saved us from the great darkness. Stories and myths, said the gray alien. The truth is that they had technology that could destroy stars. No one should have such power. The council split into 3 groups. Those who wanted to destroy Earth, those who wanted to help humans remember, and those who feared what might happen either way. Back on Earth, Ambassador Wilson listened as Dr. Reed told him everything they had learned. This explains so much, Wilson said. The strange ruins our archaeologists could never understand. The myths of advanced beings that appear in every culture. Sir, Dr. Nix said, my people are afraid. The Galactic Council may decide to attack Earth to prevent humans from reclaiming their power. Then we need to be ready, Wilson said. He picked up a phone. Get me the president and all world leaders. This is an emergency. Within hours, leaders from every country met in the UN. They watched videos from the Atlantic facility and heard from Dr. Reed and Dr. Nix. If what they say is true, the president said, then we need to find the other 6 facilities and protect them. Dr. Reed nodded. The Antarctica base holds medical technology. The Sahara has weapons. We need to send teams to each location. As they talked, Admiral Trell's ship moved into position above Earth. 10 more alien ships joined him. Final warning, he sent to the humans. Shut down the ancient facilities, or we will be forced to take action. Ambassador Wilson looked at the message, then at Dr. Reed. What do we do now? He asked. Dr. Reed took a deep breath. We stand our ground. This is our world and our heritage. As she spoke, the ancient defense systems hidden beneath Earth's surface began to hum with power, waiting to be called upon after 150,000 years of sleep. Captain Mike Jones watched the alien ships through his binoculars. He was a tall man with dark skin and steady hands. The military had sent him to Antarctica with a team of 20 soldiers to secure the ancient facility there. Sir, the scientists have found the entrance, his radio crackled. Good. Tell them I'm coming, he replied. The Antarctic wind howled as Jones made his way to a large hole in the ice. Scientists in thick coats worked around strange metal that gleamed despite being buried for thousands of years. Any luck opening it? Jones asked. No, sir, said a scientist. It won't respond like the Atlantic facility did. Jones walked up to the metal door and placed his hand on it. Nothing happened. I don't understand, the scientist said. Your DNA should work. Suddenly, Jones felt dizzy. Images flashed in his mind. Stars, battles, ships bigger than cities. He saw himself wearing armor made of light, commanding armies. Captain, are you okay? The scientist asked. Jones blinked and the strange images faded. I think I know how to open it. His hands moved to different spots on the door, pressing in a pattern he somehow knew. The door slid open. Inside, they found a room filled with machines and containers glowing with soft blue light. What is all this? The scientist asked. Medical technology, Jones said, though he didn't know how he knew. Cures for every disease humans have ever had, and more. Meanwhile, in the Sahara Desert, another team had found that facility. The same thing happened to a young woman named Lisa who was guarding the scientists. She touched the door and saw visions of the past. At the United Nations, Dr. Reed met with the world's leaders. "Something strange is happening," she said. "People at each facility are experiencing memories that aren't their own." The light figure appeared on a screen nearby. "It is the awakening protocol," it explained. "When humans interact with the facilities, they connect to the genetic memory bank. Some humans are more receptive than others." "What does that mean?" Wilson asked. "It means they are remembering skills and knowledge from your ancestors. The protocol was designed to gradually restore what was lost." Dr. Nix looked worried. "The Council's ships are still orbiting Earth. They're waiting for orders." Wilson nodded. "We need to show them we're not a threat, but we won't be bullied either." In Antarctica, Captain Jones found himself drawn to a small room at the back of the facility. Inside was a chair surrounded by floating lights. "Sir, I wouldn't touch that," a scientist warned. But Jones sat in the chair anyway. The lights spun around him, faster and faster. His eyes glowed blue. "I remember," he whispered. Above Antarctica, 3 alien ships moved into attack position. "The humans are activating the medical facility," Admiral Trell said. "We must stop them before they access the biological weapons." Inside the facility, Jones stood up from the chair. He walked to a control panel and pressed several buttons without hesitation. "Captain, what are you doing?" asked a soldier. "Protecting Earth," Jones replied. Outside, the ice shifted. A huge circle of snow melted away, revealing a metal disc a mile wide. It glowed blue, then shot a beam of light into the sky. On their ships, the aliens watched in horror as the beam hit one of their vessels. The ship didn't explode. Instead, it simply stopped working, floating dead in space. "Impossible," Admiral Trell whispered. "That technology, it's beyond anything we have." Back in New York, Dr. Reed watched satellite images of the Antarctic defense system. "It's happening at all 7 sites," she said. "The facilities are waking up, and humans are remembering how to use them." Wilson nodded. "Send a message to the alien fleet. Tell them we don't want war, but we will defend our world." As he spoke, more humans around the world began having strange dreams and memories. The awakening protocol was spreading, not just to those at the facilities, but to people everywhere. Earth was remembering what it once was, and far beyond the edge of the solar system, something ancient and dark noticed the activation of Earth's defenses, something that had been waiting a very long time. The blue beam from Antarctica faded away. The disabled alien ship floated silently in space. The other ships backed away, afraid to attack now. "We should leave this system," one of Admiral Trell's officers said. "The humans are too dangerous." Admiral Trell shook his head. "No, there's something else happening." He pointed to his screens. The energy from Earth's defense systems was sending waves into deep space, like ripples in a pond. On Earth, Dr. Reed noticed it too. "The activation of the defense grid is sending a signal," she told Ambassador Wilson. "We need to talk to the light figure." The light figure appeared on screens at all 7 facilities around the world. Its face looked worried. "The signal was not meant to be sent yet," it said. "You have activated too many systems too quickly." "What signal?" Dr. Reed asked. "What does it do?" "It announces that Earth is awake again. Most of the galaxy will welcome this news, but not all." Captain Jones, now fully connected to his genetic memories, stepped forward. "The Void Collective," he said, his voice deeper than before. "The enemy our ancestors fought." The light figure nodded. "Yes, they came from beyond our galaxy, hungry for energy and life. Your ancestors fought them for 300 years. Did we win?" Wilson asked. "No," the light figure said sadly. "The war ended in a draw. Your ancestors used the last of their power to hide Earth and reset human civilization. The collective retreated to the dark space between galaxies to wait." On Admiral Trell's ship, alarms began to sound. His sensors were picking up movement from deep space. "What is that?" he asked, pointing to a dark spot growing at the edge of the solar system. His science officer looked pale. "It matches stories from our oldest records. The great darkness that came before the progenitors saved us." Admiral Trell made a decision. He opened a channel to Earth. "Ambassador Wilson, we detect an unknown force approaching your system. I believe we face a common enemy." Wilson looked at Dr. Reed and Captain Jones. "The Void Collective." Jones nodded. "The signal woke them. They know Earth is active again, and they've come to finish what they started." Admiral Trell continued, "I am ordering all Council ships to defend Earth, not attack it. We request permission to land and discuss an alliance." Wilson smiled. "Permission granted, Admiral. We welcome your help." Within hours, aliens and humans met at the United Nations. Admiral Trell bowed to Captain Jones and other humans who had connected with the ancient memories. "Our histories speak of the progenitors as wise teachers who saved many worlds," Trell said. "We did not know they were human. We apologize for how we treated your people." "There is no time for apologies," Jones said. "The collective will reach Earth in 3 days. We need to prepare." Teams of humans and aliens worked together at each of the 7 facilities. The aliens were amazed by the advanced technology, and the humans who remembered how to use it taught them. Dr. Reed worked with Dr. Nix at the Atlantic facility. "Look at this," she said, pointing to old star maps. "The ancient humans spread life throughout the galaxy. They seeded thousands of worlds with DNA." Dr. Nix's eyes widened. "That means all of us, every species in the Council, came from Earth originally." "We're all family," Dr. Reed said. "Different branches of the same tree." In space, more alien ships arrived to help defend Earth. They formed a line between the planet and the growing darkness at the edge of the solar system. Captain Jones stood on the bridge of the largest alien ship, now wearing armor made from the Antarctic facility. The armor glowed with blue light and connected to his mind. "The collective consumes all energy it touches," he explained to Admiral Trell. "Regular weapons won't hurt it. Only the ancient weapons have any effect." Trell looked at the dark mass growing on his screens. "Will it be enough?" Jones watched as more humans in glowing armor joined him on the bridge, each connected to the memories of their ancestors. "It has to be," he said, "for all our sakes." The Void Collective entered the solar system like a black fog, swallowing light and energy. It moved past Pluto, then Neptune, heading straight for Earth. In the command room of the Atlantic facility, Dr. Reed watched it approach on the screens. "It's so big," she whispered. "How did our ancestors ever fight such a thing?" The light figure appeared beside her. They'd fought together. All humans, using all 7 facilities as one network. Admiral Trell pointed to the alien ships gathering above Earth. "Will our ships help at all?" "No," Captain Jones said, entering the room in his glowing armor. "Your weapons will do nothing, but your ships can help move people if we need to leave Earth." "Leave Earth?" Wilson asked, shocked. "Only as a last resort," Jones said. The ancient plan had escaped ships hidden under the Pacific Ocean. Dr. Reed looked at him. "You know so much now. Are the memories? Are they changing who you are?" Jones smiled. "I'm still me. I just know more. I remember more." The light figure pointed to the screens. "It is time. All 7 facilities must activate at once." Around the world, humans at each facility moved to control panels and chairs that connected to their minds. Blue lights spread across Earth as hidden machines woke up. The ground shook as giant antennas rose from deserts, oceans, and ice. In space, the Void Collective sent out dark tendrils toward the alien ships. When it touched a ship, all power died. The ships began to fall back toward Earth. "It's feeding on their energy," Dr. Nix said, watching the screens, just like the old stories said. Captain Jones closed his eyes. In his mind, he could see the other humans at the 6 facilities. They were all connected now, sharing thoughts and memories. Fire, he said quietly. From all 7 points on Earth, beams of blue light shot into space. They met in the middle, forming a glowing net around the planet. The Void Collective hit this net and stopped. Dark energy pushed against blue light. The net bent but held. "It's working," Dr. Reed shouted. But then the net began to break. Dark holes appeared as the collective pushed harder. "It's too strong," Admiral Trell said. "The defense system can't hold it." The light figure turned to Dr. Reed. "There is one more system, the final light, but using it has a cost." "What cost?" she asked. "The energy must come from somewhere. Last time, it took all the knowledge and technology of your ancestors." Dr. Reed understood. "If we use it, we'll lose everything we've just remembered. We'll go back to being primitive." "Yes, but Earth will survive." Captain Jones opened his eyes. "No, there's another way." He touched a panel on his armor, and it glowed brighter. "The armor can channel energy from the person wearing it. I can power the final light." "That would kill you," Dr. Reed said. Jones smiled sadly. "One life to save billions. My ancestors would do the same." Before anyone could stop him, Jones connected his armor to the main system. Blue light poured from him into the facility. All across Earth, the defense net glowed brighter. The 7 beams joined into one massive column of light that hit the center of the Void Collective. The darkness screamed, a sound felt rather than heard. The collective broke apart, pieces of it flying away from the solar system. In the Atlantic facility, Captain Jones fell to his knees, his armor dim. "Did it work?" he asked weakly. "Yes," Admiral Trell said, looking at his screens. "The collective is retreating. You did it." Jones smiled. "Not just me. All of us." Then he closed his eyes. Dr. Reed knelt beside him. "It's he." The light figure touched Jones, and blue energy moved from it into him. "No, he lives, and his sacrifice has taught us something important." "What's that?" Wilson asked. "That humans have not lost what made them great. You still protect others at any cost. That is why your ancestors were the guardians of the galaxy. Not just their technology, but their hearts." Admiral Trell bowed to the humans. "The Council was wrong about Earth. You were never primitive. Your legacy was inside you all along." As the sun rose over Earth the next day, humans and aliens stood together, looking up at the stars, not as strangers, but as family reunited after a very long time apart.